you want to achieve smooth movement but just don't know how? You've tried countless times, but you look like a complete Bobby? Bot. Don't worry, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know when it comes to movement. We'll cover the very basics to the most advanced and even flashy techniques. So let's get started. But before we do, if you do find this video helpful, leave a like. I'd also appreciate if you'd subscribe, as we're already halfway there to 500. Now, without any more talking, let's begin. First, we obviously have the very basics. We have walking, sprinting, jumping, crouching, sliding, and proning. These are the building blocks that make up more complex movement mechanics. You don't need to learn these and go into detail, as you were taught these when playing the game for the first time. So that brings us to our essential mechanics. These mechanics are the ones most of you are familiar with, such as slide cancelling. For those that are new to the game, slide cancelling is when you slide and cancel the animation midway through. This is typically done by ADSing. The most common and the best way, in my opinion, is to have either your ADS or shoot button have the tap and hold to ADS setting turned on. That way, you only have to tap and the ADS animation will not follow through. What is the benefit to slide cancelling? Slide cancelling is beneficial for two reasons. Slide cancelling shortens the animation and can be used to transition quicker into other movement or movement mechanics. Slide cancelling allows you to better position your crosshair. Without slide cancelling, your crosshair is moved up to a noticeable degree. This can throw you off and be extremely punishing, especially if you're using snipers. Another mechanic most of you are familiar with is strafing. It's simply done by moving your joystick left to right while ADS. To use this effectively, use it in close to mid-range gunfights. And to make it really difficult for your opponent, do it in head glitches. It is recommended that you strafe in an unpredictable pattern. That way, your enemies have a hard time predicting when you decide to move the other direction. Drift sliding is up next. It is very similar to slide cancelling, except you slide to one side and follow through the animation to shoot. I mostly use it when I know it's more convenient to use than slide cancelling first. Next is probably the most versatile mechanic in the game, dolphin sliding. It's achieved when you slide and jump before the animation ends. I typically slide cancel and jump for smoother movement. This movement technique is awesome as it makes your hitbox smaller and allows you to make quick changes in direction. And the reason I say it's so versatile is not only can it be used in many situations, but it can be used to add more movement techniques, making it possible to make movement combos. Jump peeking is useful when you know an opponent is holding an angle. Jump peeking is when you're behind cover, have crosshair alignment on your enemy while ADS, then jump to one side to break the enemy's line of sight. Cisco recommends using this technique in areas where you can go on top of obstacles to gain a little elevation. Jingle peeking is essentially strafing an ADS behind cover to gather intel on your opponents. This is useful in game modes like Search and Destroy, where gathering intel is vital. Next up is Garena Zigzag. The correct way to do this is by moving the joystick left and right. You can swipe your screen in sync, but I'd recommend doing it in very close range situations only. Bump sliding, I'm sure most of you have already done, whether it be on purpose or accidentally. Bump sliding is when you slide into a wall and change direction immediately after. This is useful when you don't want to lose any momentum. Now into the intermediate movement category. We're going to start off with double sliding, which is a mechanic where you slide, jump, and slide again as soon as you hit the ground. This requires precise timing and is useful for maintaining momentum. Backsliding is a technique where you sprint, flick the screen in the opposite direction, then slide. Opponents are always trying to get away from your line of sight. Using this movement technique in situations where your opponent is heading toward and behind you is the best way to use this technique. Moving on to bunny hopping, also known as B-hop. To bunny hop, you need to time your jumps as soon as you hit the floor. Due to jump fatigue, you can do this a total of 3 times before it's completely ineffective. I use bunny hopping a lot in Search and Destroy and firing range, specifically in the middle lane where that one ranked teammate rushes mid and gets sniped immediately. Bunny hopping, like dolphin sliding, can be used to combine multiple other techniques. We haven't talked much about proning. While it's not as versatile as the other movement techniques on this list, when combined with the slide cancel right after, it can be deadly. It's really useful when wanting to push toward the opponent and have a wall for cover. The opponent usually has their crosshair aligned right where the torso will be. Using peeker's advantage, the delay between you and the player makes it possible for you to shoot the enemy first before they react. Dolphin to prone is another useful technique when you want to peek or lure an enemy to your position while having low cover. This, combined with slide cancelling, is not to be messed with. On to the advanced movement category, we have Garena Zigzag and Slide Cancel combo. You see this combo done a lot in competitive tournaments. The Garena Zigzag and Slide Cancel combo makes it almost impossible for your enemies to track you. Plus, it tells you to line up your crosshair to take a shot. The Dolphin Double Slide is when you do a regular Dolphin Slide, then slide again before you hit the ground. Dolphin Sliding allows you to peek and get a glimpse of your opponent's location. After you scan and get your enemy's position, slide again so as to not lose momentum, and shoot. Dolphin Backslide. To do this, sprint forward, then slide in the opposite direction, jump, look at the direction of where you were before, turn back again, and slide. This can be used instead of regular backsliding, as this move not only breaks their line of sight, but helps align yours in the process. Dolphin B-Hop. This is a specific combo I use when peeking long lanes in maps, such as middle lane and firing range I was talking about. To do this, do a regular Dolphin Slide, then time your jump button the second you hit the floor. Double Dolphin Slide. This is more of a flashy move to taunt your opponent, but it can sometimes help. Simply do 2 consecutive Dolphin Slides without losing momentum. Speaking of flashy moves, Souls in Movement takes the cake with this one. It's really difficult to master, but in the end, it makes for some pretty nice rain clips to upload on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. To do this, first you want to run, then slide, look to one side, doesn't matter which direction, then jump. Now while in the air, you want to knife, finally weapon swap, then slide. That is about it. Now that you've learned all these movement techniques, now it's time to practice and execute them in rank. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I just made a 100 subscriber special video, so make sure to check that out, as I almost fried my laptop while making it. And if you're looking for a HUD or settings to improve your movement, click on the video that's on screen now. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!